Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Veeam Community Recap. This is episode number 166, 3 weeks in a row. Safiya, you are up with me again. How are you?
I'm doing well, Rick. I know I've made it to the theme song at this point. If there is a theme song, I am a main character.
There you
I will
go.
have my little pose smiling with my name on it. I think I've made it with 3 weeks in a row. Happy to be
So,
here.
thank you so much. I mean, we had some situations go unplanned. Maddie had to leave, and then, good, well deserved. I saw a picture of hers underwater, like
Yeah,
scuba
she was saying I
diving.
think she was getting her scuba diving license or something
Yeah,
in
man.
Mexico. Very nice.
And she has definitely been in the sun for a while. It's I don't know if you saw a picture of her. She looks
Oh
like she's
no.
having a blast, and I'm
Okay.
actually so glad that she's generally disconnected from work. But we need one more from you, and we were thinking about recording next week in or this week in St. Louis because you, myself, and her will all be there. But I want to just get in front of it right now because our travel schedule is wickety whacked and
Should we
uh,
say what day we're recording?
oh yeah, we're recording on a Monday, the
On a
13th.
Monday to
Yeah.
be uploaded on a
To to
Thursday to
recap
be
this
pushed
week.
out
Yeah.
for a Friday. Yeah.
So yeah, no smoke. There are smoke and mirrors this week. You head out tomorrow to St. Louis, is that right?
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Morning. Oh man. Whoo. I
Like a
leave
7 a.m. flight, so not too bad.
I do that same flight on Wednesday. But
Mhm.
actually I think it's 6 a.m. I don't know. It's
Mm.
early. It doesn't it's 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Doesn't matter
7 a.m.
at that
Atlanta.
point.
You're probably doing Delta, I assume.
Yeah, love me some
Yeah.
widget. Yeah, I'm doing the same route. And then we've got the event we're doing is Gainsight Pulse, which is the makers of our community hub platform, and we're going to share some of our tips of how we operate it. So, kind of a different event for
Yeah.
me to present at. I've attended once. I think you've been twice to it. Is that right now?
Once.
Once. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I went
you're up
last year
number
in
two
San
as well.
Francisco.
Got it. All right. Well, we weren't sure if we'd have enough content for a Monday, but guess what? We do.
We
So
do.
let's jump into it. So this one is fresh. This is a new one. Now I picked this one, and
hmm
Safiya and I kind of picked this up, but NIST AI risk management framework from Andy S. and our product management team. I think this is kind of cool. And
hmm
Safiya, everything we do seems to have an AI angle nowadays.
I think we even had a call. We mentioned AI in our morning call. It's always mentioned everywhere you go. It's AI, AI, AI.
Yeah, and what I like here about Andy's approach here is he's taken a pragmatic approach to the management of AI, not to just really embrace AI for the sake of AI. Govern, which aligns to the NIST cybersecurity framework, mapping, measuring, and managing. There it is. So really appreciate you sharing this kind of narrative about it, Andy. And I think if you're like me and sometimes kind of not sure about how to process AI, I think
hmm
taking a pragmatic and a management approach will really help you in your day-to-day practice. And then when you have the opportunities to have the technology elements of AI, two pieces of advice: keep the business benefit top of mind and keep your overall security top of mind. And that's a broad statement,
Definitely.
everything from the backup of the data results, but also you've seen examples of source code leaked through public AI engines and things like that. So, and I don't, we've called Andy's name before, but I think it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been on the recap.
I
But
wonder if
yeah, thanks,
he's
Andy. And
working
he
on,
mentioned that there's going to be a part 2 at the end, so maybe you and
oh,
Maddie will mention it next week.
oh, yes. Stay tuned for part two, indeed. So, hey, Andy, dropping AI will get you a spot on this show. Thank you so much for sharing that today. All right. Next up, Luis. I
Another
don't
fresh
know.
post.
Yeah, fresh post. I mean, literally, we're just hours ago. This is the Monday cut. So, Luis is talking about RDP connections for, a lab use case. And so this is one, Safiya, that I actually thought I got to go home and play with this because I actually
hmm
don't have any remote access at all to home. Now, that's a good security play. I want to check this one out. But what I really like about this one is that it's A, browser based, and then B, on the next panel that'll come up here, it has OpenStack integration, which is pretty interesting. Now, it might be pretty specific to Hyper-V, but the thought here is can it plug into your OpenStack deployment? That's actually really interesting because a lot of these frameworks don't have a full-blown console tool. You know, I grew up with vCenter Server giving me the remote console to all these things. That's kind of cool. So Luis, I'm actually going to play with this one, and I have a couple of other people. I think Chris and Yos were jumping in as well. That this is a cool post as well. And again, fresh Monday stuff. I love it. So thank
Maybe follow
you.
up with it, Rick, and how it goes.
Yeah, well, ooh, it's like there's homework, Safiya.
Yeah.
You know, the worst thing, never give me homework, but I am going to look into this because I have been wanting to get into stuff remotely. So I got to think about security. So, anyways, thank you, Luis. All right.
Thanks, Luis.
Next up, this is a good one.
From Tariq. We're back at it again with Tariq. He's been providing a ton of content to the hub lately. And this one discusses the GFS, grandfather, father, son backup strategy. So this method is for regular and long-term retention of data. And Tariq mentions the benefits of flexibility, long-term backup storage, and data mitigation. So at the grandfather level, it's about monthly backups, how they're stored, and it's used for full backups at the start and end of each month. At the father level, weekly, and at the son level, daily. And Tariq takes us how to activate this method step by step for the different intervals. Yeah, Rick, you were excited about this post, so
I
let
was,
us know
but I
your
just
thought.
realized something.
Okay.
Why is it got to be the guys? You know, why can't it be grandmother, you know, favorite child and sister? You know, why can't it be GFS that way? Why does it have to be inherently male? But I don't know. But
Lead
we
the way,
get the,
Rick.
I got to think, we'll call it grandparent first and second.
Grandparent, parent, child.
I don't know, but it just doesn't have to be inherently gender biased. But anyways, that
It's like the
totally.
grandfather clock, isn't that?
Well, again, why is that? Why do they call it that? Why don't they call it a grandma clock?
No,
Or do they
not
just
the
call it
show.
grandparent clock? I don't know. But GFS, as it's implemented here, this
GFS.
hierarchy is really important. And I want to add one important thing is I talk to a lot of our support team who really underscores the value of the long-term storages, something way back, because, you know, if you're ever in an investigation or something really precarious, it's like the history becomes helpful. So highly recommend some longer term storage. And the one, again, to the risk here, because these investigations really sit in these two buckets, right? It could be those types of use cases. I've had plenty of scenarios where customers have asked or been in a situation and they either didn't implement this or they had it out of luck. And this is exactly what it looks like right here. And it's really helpful, especially if you need it, if that makes any um, uh, benefit. The only thing I think is going on here is I think this is changing the month or the day to a different language. I don't recognize how that's implemented, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It pulls in the month, maybe from the local calendar. I did not know that Veeam did that. I did not know. That's really interesting.
Learn something new every
But
day.
that's okay. The one thing I'll also recommend to people is if you think about this, you might think, oh, all these extra full backups on disk, it'll blow up my storage. Not so. Make sure you check out the Veeam XFS repository, block clone, or spaceless full backups. We have it in the user guide, but especially on the Linux server, this will give you spaceless full backups that maybe this isn't the right page, but the short takeaway is you will have things like synthetic full backups created without making a whole separate copy. Example, I wish I had a picture of my home lab. I intentionally do like synthetic full backups every day. It says I have like half a petabyte of storage, well, maybe a quarter petabyte of storage on 2 terabytes of disk space. And the reality here is that I'm way oversubscribed because it says that they're full backups, but they're actually linking blocks. So it is a technology that prevents duplication, but it is not deduplication. I should probably write that up because that's good stuff. Thank you, Tariq. That was a good one.
Thank you, Tariq.
Oh, here's a famous person.
Famous person, Christian. Yeah, let's go to his blog. So this post comes from Christian, and it's more of a call out for his more in-depth blog post that he made which Rick, you can maybe scroll through if it comes up, maybe. Yeah.
Got a lot of banner ads, man. Ooh.
He's trying to make his money. We
Okay,
have
there you go.
family to provide for. Christian is going over how to protect your AWS EV2 and RDS instances, as well as your virtual private cloud configurations. And later in the article, Christian also discusses why choosing Veeam backup is offers more advantages over AWS solutions, such as advanced retention policies and centralized management for monetizing backups across multiple environments. And in his original post, Christian links to a lot of other related blogs that he's created about creating EC2 instances, S3 buckets, and RDS instances. Lots of content. Christian is very in depth with all of his stuff, as we all know. So lots of things to follow step by step. That will ultimately help you with protecting with Veeam backup for AWS.
Well, indeed. In fact, it's so thorough. I'm getting
It's very
banner ads just going through the history of my browser. Right. It's kind of scary. I was buying some bags for my wife, proof right there. I was buying suitcases from my son. And literally before we called, I was exploring the Great North and showing stuff to Safiya on the maps, but it's
yeah,
pulled up Michigan Tech, which is close to that, but a little bit different. So almost creepy, but the thorough post is here. So thank you, Christian. And
very
in
thorough.
fact, my fan actually kicked in just loading that page. So it's a serious page. Thank you for sharing,
Thanks,
Christian. So
Christian.
I think that's 4. That was 4, right?
4, yeah.
Tariq in this, and then Andy and
Luis.
yes. So that's 4. So we broke the rule, and now
We
we're going
broke
to
the
go.
rule.
Broken the rule. That's what we do on Mondays. I didn't think it could be done, but it was done. So I'm in.
I mean, we're recording on a Monday. That's already
That's
breaking the
a whole
rule.
separate rule broken. Yeah, without Maddie, and then in June I'll be missing a few. So it's just, and we're not going to do a VMon week. So we got to think about that. Oh,
Yeah, let
it's
us know what
coming
you
up.
want to see for VMon. Do you guys want to see like just maybe like a picture recap? We can do that.
That's a
Just
good
include some
one.
pictures from the
Or
week.
just a post,
Yeah,
maybe.
just a
We thought
post with
about
some
a
pictures.
non-video episode. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Good one, good one. All right, special department transition. Jeff had a little meeting tweeting from his event at the Cube Huddle.
Cube Huddle, yeah, in Toronto,
Cube
which we
Huddle,
were talking
actually. It's
about.
Cube.
Cube Huddle.
Yeah, I think
What
it's
were you
Cube, or is it
like
Cube?
Kubernetes?
Well,
Cube
is it
Huddle. Then
Cube? I've
Cube.
messed this up so many times. I got in trouble.
Let us know. Cube Kubernetes is how
I'm
I
gonna
pronounce
go with Cube.
Kubernetes.
Cube
Cube,
instead of
not
Cube.
Kubernetes.
Cube would be at the C, like cube, like a little six
I
sided
did
box.
Kubernetes. Okay, I don't know. Well, Cube
Cube,
Huddle, Cube
Cube
Huddle,
Huddle,
Cube
Cube
Huddle.
Huddle in
However you pronounce it, potato
Toronto.
potato. A
Yes.
community-led conference for those working in the cloud native space. And Jeff went to it and he recapped it. He actually also spoke at it. But in this post, Jeff is highlighting a few of his favorite talks, one being about the future of software and advocating for developers to get used to and embrace AI, which we spoke about at the beginning, a callback to the beginning of this
Mm-hmm.
recap. AI is on the brain for everyone, and included some pictures from that talk. Jeff also had a talk about how to stay motivated in your career over time as things get stale. It's important to keep your day to day fresh and inspiring to get you moving in the morning. And I would love to hear that talk. I don't know if they recorded it, Jeff. Let us know. It's a five
You know,
minute lightning talk. That would be
yeah,
good
and
to hear about.
that is, 5. And I think this was actually a pretty large event. I mean,
Hmm.
um, but one thing I'll say about staying motivated or any of the softer side of life things, I really think
Yeah,
there is a place for these things. And,
definitely.
it takes a little bit of like courage and stuff to like bring these to the top of mind and make these part of the agenda. And community events probably will be much more receiving of that
Hmm.
compared to like corporate brand events. But really admire you, Jeff, for bringing that type of content up as well. And here's the actual page from Kube Huddle.
I Cute photo, cool photo. I think it was in Toronto last year as well.
I
But
think
yeah,
this one is always in TO. Yeah,
always in
Toronto.
Toronto.
There's Julia. I think she went last
Julia,
year.
just
And
everywhere.
when we go down to the the roster of speakers here.
There's Jeff, third row.
Yeah, there's the KGG. I feel like I know Curtis. I've seen him before somewhere.
I've always wondered, what does KGG stand for with Jeff? KGG.
The notorious
What?
Kubernetes Jeff Gangster. That's what it is. I just made that up.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you know me and my
KGG.
nicknames here, but I know Tim. I've seen him before with Julia, believe it or not, on photos and stuff. You need like really rememberable hair, I think. And if you're going into a new community, so I would never make it in a new community.
Okay.
So, anyways, Jeff, thanks for.
Hat guy.
Well, I could be the hat guy. Wear it backwards, sideways, upside down, inside out, something like that, or just a unique hat. Could do that. That rhymes.
Or funky glasses. There's always those people who have like really interesting, unique glasses.
You know, those bug me. In fact, I hated these glasses for a long time because the inside is blue. And so it almost
you don't like when people see it from the side?
Well, no, it's just like I'm always seeing blue. And it took me a while to get used to that. So I don't know, glasses are personal. I don't know. Go a little bit more versatile on like hats and stuff. But anyways, Coop Huddle looked awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Jeff. And we are so close. And I'm so worried for everything to do for Veeam, but we have a new resource on the hub.
Yeah, new community resource. This was started by Daria Kay. For all things Veeam conversation with the community before, during, and after Veeam, Daria created this space on the hub for you to conversate in all of these different categories. Speaker hub, there's a content space, insights exchange, content library, and then there's Veeam Forward, which will be open post Veeam for conversations about like the experience. And this is open for everyone attending in person and also virtually. So join in, get into the conversations about Veeam. It's very close.
Yes, it's up here at the top too. We can get it really on every page.
Very visible.
Yeah, and thank you, Mrs. DK. Got to have a nickname for this one. And I can tell everyone, Veeam is coming. We have so much. We are bringing this event, and it's exciting. It's also mortifying how much we have to still yet do, but we always pull it off. And if you haven't, if you're interested in registering Community 10, I believe it goes all the way up till the event, 10% off for the in-person registration.
Yeah, if you decide tomorrow, hey, I'm going to go to Florida and attend, but if not, you can always register virtually.
Indeed. So that is our quick cut. Know who's new. We're all out of sorts here today. But
breaking the rules in a lot of ways. It's just a theme. Oh, but Rick, you wanted to call out not blog of the month.
I did want to call out blog of the month because last couple episodes I ran, Maddie left and I went wild with it, changing the format, changing the rules, putting one person on there twice, all kinds of crazy stuff. The voting is still open as of now when we're recording, but usually we record on a Wednesday. And those of you who remember, I put the 14th as the close day. So the thought would be this week's episode 166, that would announce the winner, but breaking the rule, we're recording on a Monday. So I'm going to let the 14th go. The tie is broken as of now, but I'm not ready to call it until tomorrow. So I think maybe we'll see. Let's see. I love that. We decided we'd multi-issue a badge if there was a tie, but we're going to be nice about it. We're not going to have like a playoff for blog of the month.
Write another blog and then people will decide.
We need to do a coin flip, but we're getting there. So that'll be announced on 167 next week. So awesome. Safiya, well, thank you so much for rocking out the recap third time in a row. You're getting to be a pro. That rhymes. Appreciate you for that. And then everyone else, we'll see you next week with.
Will you?
Yeah.
Back in normal circumstances?
Oh, I only have 3 nights of travel all month. And I already did the first 2. And then this week to St. Louis is 1 night. And then it's like
just
for Veeam. It's going to get it. We're going to get it. Don't scare me. Breathe. All right. We can do this. But
from Jeff's talk.
Yeah, I need to watch. Jeff, give me a podcast format. I need some encouragement. But thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week.